New Year the time when you're planning on starting your YouTube channel? Well, if it is, this is the video that I wish I had before I started my YouTube channel, where I'm going to tell you about 5 simplest ways to start your YouTube channel and not waste your time. My name is Christina and I've been a YouTuber for the past couple of years, but before I became a YouTuber, I was thinking about it for 2 to 3 years, and there were so many frictions in my journey that I wish I avoided. So in this video, I'm going to deep dive into that, but if you like the sound of it, then make sure to subscribe, because this is my creative corner of the internet where I talk about all things theater, London, and also YouTube. The first thing that I would advise you to do is to try and reduce as much friction as possible. I think that a lot of YouTube videos that are aimed at new YouTubers talk about a lot of prep that you need to do before you start your channel, research competitors, understand your niche, develop content calendar, and all this is good and well. But if you are just thinking about starting, it is really hard when you have this list of things piling up for you to do before you even start. So this was something that I was in my head about for such a long time, because I was like, what am I going to talk about? I need to develop this content calendar. I need to figure out who my target audience is. What is my niche? What is my name? All these thoughts that are in your head, and they're just like preventing you from actually doing the thing, which is recording yourself, seeing how you get on, seeing how well you can talk on camera, and practicing the skill. The thing is, it is very unlikely that within the first 10, 20, 50 videos, you're gonna go viral. And for some people that works out and that happens. For majority of the people who are average YouTubers who have average sets of skills, it just doesn't work out that way. And I think a lot of times we just focus on those outliers and we think, oh my God, well, if they blew up within 5 videos, then it is a possibility for me. It is a possibility for everyone. But ultimately, it does boil down to you taking your own journey one step at a time and making sure that you actually begin. So if I was you right now, what I would do to reduce the friction is I would drop the prep. Basically, I would not think about my content calendar, thumbnails and titles and all of those things that a lot of big YouTubers are talking about. That is where the excellence is. But right now, you're not necessarily striving for excellence. You're just striving to starting. And that is a big difference between these two buckets of people on YouTube. And when it comes to dropping the prep, I don't think that you should not be prepped in terms of what you're going to say for your video or something like that. But just don't spend or don't think that you need to have everything figured out within the first month on YouTube and set up a perfect system in place, because it is very much learning on the job. And as much as you do and as much as you invest into YouTube as a craft, you will get better. But that's going to come at its own pace. And just by starting recording yourself, it's going to help you massively progress on this journey rather than just writing things down and never actually getting to recording a video. That being said, I do think that when it comes to filming the video, you should have some bullet points prepared, but allow yourself to free flow and freestyle and think about the way that you want to express yourself and what kind of natural speaker or YouTuber you could become. Which brings me to my second point when it comes to reducing the friction, and that is to pick a niche that feels very natural to you. What is one thing that you can talk about for ages that you don't even need to prep for? Maybe you're really into beauty and makeup or fashion, or you're following celebrities, or you love movies, or you know how to bake the most perfect croissant. Like whatever it is that you are passionate about, everyone has something that they can talk about for ages. It could be also like hidden within your professional career and something that you do for your job, and there's a way to talk about it with passion and to really share it with more people out there. So there are so many different ways to discover what your passion is, but I think the easiest one is the one thing that you talk about without even thinking about it, because this will really help you when it comes to recording your first video. That's how I started talking about theater. I never set out to have a channel about theater. Actually, when I started first uploading on YouTube, I was uploading music covers, and then I slided into theater because I was just like going to plays constantly, and this was one thing that I could talk about, and I could share my 5 favorite shows straight away that I've seen that year. And I could talk about securing cheap tickets because this is something that I was interested in and that I was doing on a monthly basis. And that's how I started talking about theater. And then now this has become my biggest passion and something that I really love doing and what I like sharing to my audiences about. So bear in mind that whatever niche you set out to be in, it doesn't need to be your final niche that you need to stick forever. You might expand it in different directions. And there are so many examples of YouTubers who are talking how they started in one niche and then they developed into something completely different. So don't think that if you start talking about beauty because currently you're very into that, or like books because you're currently reading so many books, that you will need to stay in that niche. There are so many different ways to branch out. So don't think about it. Just pick something that really resonates with you and you can talk about for ages. One thing that was really holding me back is also deciding on the name. Am I going to use my own name? Am I going to come up with a channel name? I'd say don't overthink it. Whatever is the easiest, you can always afterwards change the name of the channel. And unless you go viral within those 5 to 10 videos that you upload first, which is very unlikely, then you're okay to change it at any time when you feel like it's suitable and when you find something that you're more into and when you actually figure out what your channel will be about further down the line. I think it's the easiest probably to put your name, but if you want to be slightly more private and you don't want other people to find your channel, then just pick a name. Even AI, ChatGPT or something like that can help you generate a few suggestions for the names, and if you do that, it could be a really easy way for you to just create a channel and start from there. So after reducing the friction, you will need to take the action, and the taking action part in YouTube world means recording a video. And there's really no other way to put this, but until you record that first video, you will not know how it feels. You will not know how to talk to the camera. You will not know how you look on the camera, what you want to say, how do you want that to look, what kind of B-roll or like footage you want to use, if you want to use it. Like, you will not be able to even think about it because this idea of filming a video is just an idea in your head. It's not something that you have put into the words and that you kind of figured out what is it going to come out of it. And there's literally no other way to figure out than pressing the record button and see where you end up. If it's going to help you, I would say just do a trial run of the video. Just like film yourself, do the video as long as you think it should be 2, 3, 5 minutes, talk to the camera, and then if you don't like it, you don't need to post it. Like, no one's obliging you that you have to post that footage that you have done. Just like do one day, say like, I'm going to today film my first YouTube video and I'm going to see how it goes and I'm going to see how I get on, and if I like it, I'm going to upload it. There is a caveat here. Very rarely you're going to be 100% happy with whatever you record, and I would say it's better done than perfect. And the more you get into the habit of just like uploading things, you can always remove those videos further down the line. So many people have removed their first videos on YouTube because A, they're not generating that many views, and B, you don't want those videos on there when you become an established YouTuber. So there is always an option to remove them, and if it's going to help you understand the process of uploading that video, then it's totally worth just doing it for the sake of that. And it's not only about filming, but then you're going to also think how you can edit it, what you need to do, and then you're going to have like a really focused project in front of you. While you're thinking about videos, while you're writing the ideas down in your iPhone notes or like thinking about different things that you can research, it's almost like you're distracting yourself from the one thing that you need to do. So I genuinely think that the best thing you can do is just film one video, see how you get on. If you're happy with it, upload it. If not, redo it, and then you're gonna just get better. But you just need to get into the habit of recording yourself and working with the material that you have. On that note, when it comes to recording yourself, a lot of people start thinking about the equipment. What is the equipment that I need? Do I need any equipment? And I genuinely think you do not need any additional equipment other than your phone. A lot of people on YouTube say this. The phones that we have today, they're brilliant. I'm filming with my phone, and honestly, I don't even know if I want to get like a proper camera because I just feel like that I will need to spend a lot of time learning how to use it, and I just want to press record and you record me, and you know, I edit it later. So when it comes to picking your equipment, you already have it. Also, a lot of people talk about getting a mic and then enhancing your sound quality that way. These are all things that you can do further down the line. I'm not saying that these are all valid suggestions, but right now you just need to get into the habit of recording and seeing how things feel and how they sound and how they come out when you edit the video. So it's just important to use what's available to you. When it comes to lights and just generally lighting, it is always better to be in a well-lit room, so you can always like sit next to the window or like somewhere where you can really get a good shot of yourself and like that is well lit and that camera can pick up the best qualities. So this is one consideration that you should have. But other than that, just put your phone, like prop it against some books if you don't have a stand, and then you can start that way and see where it can take you from it. Similarly, don't overthink how your surroundings need to look, what is the vibe that you want in the video, etc. If you are very detail oriented, this might be something that can take you down the rabbit hole of never having good space or never having the good environment to film, etc. So I think wherever you feel safe and comfortable to spend maybe half an hour talking at the camera, that is the right place where you should film. Is that your room? Is that your living room? I think it's just important to know that there won't be like any distractions, that no one's gonna come into your living room and like want to use it or something like that, that, or the people can't like really stop you. Because sometimes when you live with other people, there's a little bit of discomfort when you know that other people can hear you like literally talking to yourself or like talking to the camera. So I think rather than thinking about the look of the place, think about how that place makes you feel. And if you feel comfortable and if you feel safe somewhere and if you feel like you can explore your YouTube journey for like half an hour, that is the right place for you. If you have a super crowded space and then there's not a lot of place where you can kind of position your phone or something like that, then try and maybe just film it against like a white wall or something like that, where like it can really remove distractions in the background. But ultimately anything would do. Like a lot of people are just literally filming wherever they can. Sometimes they film outside. Whatever works for you. I think the more emphasis is on where can you have a non-disturbed space. That is where you should be filming. And when it comes to kind of what you're gonna wear or like how you're gonna look, are you gonna put like makeup on or not, again, these are all things that are just preventing you from actually just like jumping and doing the video. Obviously you do want to look your best, like how you feel the best. So if you have your favorite outfit, if you have something that you really like to wear, you feel really comfortable in, or if you like to put your hair a certain way or makeup, that is also fine, because ultimately it is a visual medium. But sometimes this doesn't matter. You might even start a YouTube channel that is faceless, or that you're just like doing recipes and then you're filming yourself doing this recipe and then recording audio in the background. So there's so many ways to go around it, but like don't let these almost like superficial things kind of prevent you from just like going ahead and filming that video. The fifth advice that I have is to arm yourself with patience and enjoy the journey. YouTube is not an overnight success. While some people might make it seem like it is, it's definitely not. It requires a lot of new skills. It requires a lot of thinking. It also is pretty much relentless. You need to upload every single week and hope for the best, and then your video doesn't perform well, and then you're kind of like, okay, well, I gotta just try better and harder next week. So there's a lot of that. But I think if your goal is to be a YouTuber, if your goal is to experience this and like learn these skills, then there's that element of just really enjoying the ride and enjoying the process of learning these skills, because it is a very unique thing to do, and pretty much you're on your own in this unless someone is helping you. And it is great to know that there is this world that you can build on your own, and that you can really try and push yourself a step further and learn these new skills and try and share your story and try to share your passion with people. And ultimately when you see other people, even if it's 10, 20, 50 views who are like generating the same interest or like commenting on your videos, it is really something that fills you with joy. So I think especially in these early steps, patience is something that will help you a lot, and enjoying what you're talking about and what you're exploring and what your channel is about, it's something that's going to connect you even closer to yourself, which I think is probably one of the most gratifying elements around doing YouTube, because it requires a lot of reflection and thinking, what do I want to achieve? What do I want from this, and why am I doing this? Overall, it is a great process to go through, but I definitely can confirm that it comes with its challenges and nights when you just don't want to edit your video and you just want to give up. But don't give up, because there's plenty of good things that come from the moment when you see yourself getting better at this craft, and from the moment when you start feeling that there is a community of people who are following you and who you're speaking to on a weekly basis, and it just feels really good. I've shared my thoughts about my YouTube journey and how YouTube has been transformative for my life in this video, so I recommend you check it out as the next step to how to start your YouTube channel.